What do you have to say to your teammates, your colleagues? Let me use the word colleagues. When they won the latest championship and were rewarded by the Nigerian government, for their expertise and their, their devotion to the game.
This is Sports Zone on Lagos Talks 91.3.
If you can take on Van Dijk one-on-one, he will fumble. He only thrives when others go tackle and he covers behind.
All right,
it.
sorry. But so where did he getting all these accolades from?
What accolades?
Van Dijk.
Because he's surrounded by good players.
Who is controlling those good players? Who is the conductor?
Joe Gomez.
Abi?
Ibrahim Konate.
Matip.
Joe Matip.
Trent that cannot defend to save his life.
No. I'm not a Liverpool fan.
Club World Cup.
Back four.
Club World Cup.
See, Toby Daniel says Van Dijk is in the league of West Brown.
Oh my God! No, that's it. I'm a United fan, but that's it. No, West Brown is better. But moving on. let me. Charles is just looking away into calling my favor.
Good morning, Sports Zone. I laugh when I see Twitter tacticos compare Van Dijk to the likes of Ferdinand, Vidic, and John Terry. Van Dijk is crap.
What's the Ferdinand do now?
This is who's this? This is Esther. No. This is not Esther. Who's this?
No,
doesn't leave a name.
Are you telling me that nobody has sent in a message defending Van Dijk?
Femi is reading. Oh yeah, Femi, you read the messages.
I go change the message. Doesn't mean I go read differences. No, these messages are no now. These messages, they're not no.
The latest one sent in at 8:18 says, "Thank you, Charles. I've been saying it for the last 2 years. VVD has been on a low, but we're not discussing it. We're focusing on his past exploits."
These are INEC level messages.
Yeah.
This
is Kingsley for me.
This just shows us the fault in democracies. The majority doesn't always
exactly know
right.
what they're talking about. Exactly. Van Dijk the ball, man. Come on now.
Are they joking?
Van Dijk is definitely top 10.
All-time Premier League top 10. All 10. Definitely.
Good morning, sports crew. Uncle Charles is right. If the attackers of Liverpool are not scoring, Van Dijk is always left exposed. He's not as good as we look at him.
Even ball playing. How many of these guys ball play?
When they join attack, when they pass.
Just accept that you guys don't know what you're talking about.
No. It's you and your cohort.
You guys don't know what you're talking about. These are people who know football.
No.
Okay. Last comparison.
There's no comparison here.
Piqué Van Dijk.
Who?
Gerard Piqué Van Dijk.
When he was in the Premier League or when he was
No, Gerard Piqué in his entire career.
That's difficult.
They are both modern centre backs and they are both ball playing fives.
I'm sorry, I'll take Piqué.
Gerard Piqué became bad when he started dating Shakira.
That has nothing to do with his football.
I don't think
That one I agree.
I agree with that actually.
Shakira.
I agree with that. He lost focus totally. Because those hips don't lie. Anyway, no. It's all right. Anyway, Charles has really set the cat among the pigeons this morning, but I totally disagree. But everybody's entitled to opinion.
Everybody is asking me to write a book.
Remember at the top of the show we said stuff about us still celebrating our icons, those who've brought joy to the nation. Yeah. We can't stop talking about them, the Super Falcons. We can't stop talking about the Tigers, what they've done. So based on that, we're going to take you all the way to California.
Ooh.
Yeah, California, where our guest today is a former Nigeria women's basketball center. She currently stands at 6 feet 6 inches.
Wow,
6'6". Played for Nigeria at the women's national basketball team, notably at the 2004 Summer Olympics. She attended school in America. Incidentally, the school she went to in America has somewhat of a Nigerian name. I'm not sure if it's Nigerian, but it's either Biola University or Biola. She will tell us what the real pronunciation is, but it's a university in California where she also played basketball. Her international career statistics are really, really very good as well. She also did play at the 2004 FIBA Diamond Ball. This is a pre-Olympic tournament. She also played the 2003 African Championships in Mozambique and the 1997 African Championship as well. And we're talking here about no other than Linda Ogugua. Good morning, Linda. How are you? I know it's very early in California. It's past midnight. Am I correct, Linda?
Yeah, it's late, but no problem.
No problem. Good to have you on the show. Shegun Agbede is here. So is Femi Faraway as well.
Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Linda.
Yeah, good. Still morning. Yeah, good morning. Yeah.
Well, it's good evening, but good morning Nigerian time, I would say.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your service, Linda. Thank you for your service. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
What do you have to say to your teammates, your colleagues? Let me use the word colleagues. When they won the latest championship and were rewarded by the Nigerian government, for their expertise and their, their devotion to the game.
Well, first and foremost, is always, as an athlete, it's a good thing to rejoice when the tradition is carried on. I'm impressed. I know most of them I already left before they played. But when watching the game and standing to see how we've turned around, because I'm one of those people when I played. Yes, we go to tournament, probably we get the second or third position. But when Nigerian basketball for the female team improved, I'm really, really, really proud of every one of them, including the coach.
Do you have anything against the reward given to the girls? You think it's a bit too much, maybe?
No. The reason I say so is I know we've never been, those of us that have continued to fly the flag in different arena. It depends on who is leading. I remember when we did win our own in Mozambique. I guess we were told to go back to our destination, and I was still in school. And I remember the team officials taking some home days to see President Obasanjo then. And I guess the news we heard was sports is a hobby. Disappointing, but what Tinubu did is really impressive, because from my own experience, in some ways, athletes has not seen that much of support. So for it to happen at this time, the only thing we have to do is a good thing, and I will hope it will continue. Probably somebody will remember those of us that have done it before and do something in remembrance, because it's always good to keep the spirit up for the past, for the present, and for the future. And at least my just thinking from my own perspective is that a lot of young girls will want to play basketball, seeing everything that has happened, even in a short while, because some of these players that have been rewarded this time around, sometimes 2 years ago, there was all these, exchange of they weren't taken care of and whatnot. So this is a good thing to see, and I hope it just continue, not just during Tinubu time, but extend beyond that.
Linda, you said something about you guys not getting support. What exactly do you mean by that? Do you mean, I don't know, what do you mean by not being given support? Is it that the government only recognizes your efforts when you win, or the support in preparation?
Yeah, definitely. You just said it. Nobody recognized us. We're the first team to win. We're the first team to win, compete, and we won the championship in Mozambique. The same Afro basketball. At that year, we qualified to play for the Olympics. Nothing was done. And if I remember, the fight at Mozambique, the hall was filled. the game was played that day. It's some after winning. I saw like, as of then, my mind was going back to college and finishing my education because that's what my dad wanted, and I had to honor that. But most competitions that have represented Nigeria, you just come back and go back to your normal privilege. Yes, when we're in camp, they give you the allowance. But when you come back, I wish I went to Biola University in the States here. I went under scholarship. I would wish to see even Nigeria give young kids scholarship to go to school in Nigeria. Those are the things that will motivate more young athletes to join. But every management is different. So I just hope that we're able to see this part that Tinubu has played. Yes, every government is different, but sports should be recognized and we should be rewarded because it's not hobby. Yes, we do it because we like it, but it's also a job because America, in my own mind, has rewarded all the hard work that I had playing for First Bank, playing for Custom, playing for Play 2 Rocks. The school I went to in the States here made it a better dream for me.
All right, Linda. Look, this has continued to reverberate, really, ever since these monetary awards came to the fore from the president. But how do you make a difference? Which is more important? When you don the jersey, of your nation, do you do it with pride, or do you do it because at the back of your mind you're thinking, look, this is what I'm going to get because I represent the country? Which is more important for the average athlete?
I will tell you that from my own, I will say about me, because having won Nigerian jerseys since I think the first time I played in the female women championship was when we were preparing for the Harare All-African Games, and the game was played in National Stadium. Just hearing your name being among the national team is something you can never, it's like a dream come true because you grew up seeing people who have played, they wanted it, and I did it. We're not, I won't say we're looking forward for the reward, but if it comes, it's a good thing. And for the fact that some of us are in school, some people that were playing with us are already parents. They have kids that they cater for. They have families that they cater for. So when good things is done in return, so many people will want to do it more. I mean, I did everything. It wouldn't still stop me. If I have to do it again, I will do it. Because when we were doing it and not seeing anything, the goal is like someday somebody is going to remember. And Tinubu has remembered this young kids now. None of us can say it's a bad thing to do. They earned it because they went out there and they gave their heart out.
All right, Linda, what do you think about the preponderance of we need to go on a break, yeah, Linda? So I'm going to ask you to just hold on. We'll have you on for at least another 5 minutes, but after the break, please just don't go anywhere. Stay with us. All right, we're back, and we're still talking to Linda Ogugua, a former D Tigers player, a title-winning one as well. Good to have you still holding on, Linda. My question to you before the break was, how do we, because, I mean, our team now is full of players who play abroad, yes? And it seems like the home-based players just don't get enough of a chance to represent their country. And even our coach really doesn't come from here. When I say doesn't come from here, doesn't live here, isn't part of a local league in Nigeria. How do we go around solving what many have identified to be a problem?
If you ask me, I remember that my time playing when all this situation comes up. It's unfortunate that home-based players are not given that much of a chance, in the sense that the regular competitions that kept us going. I remember in my days, the Peak sponsored, we had a good tournament. Having played for First Bank, there's always opportunity to represent. I think it's just for the, I would say, the MBBF to go back to the drawing board and have, grassroots opportunity, just like I was given, because Emmanuel Chago did it for my set, and it's something he brought me from Kogi State, coming down to Lagos. And I know nothing about basketball, even though I represented in my high school. But my exposure in basketball was through Emmanuel Chago. And I think it's something the management have to go deep and do it for the home bay. It's sad. I remember during my time we have 5 foreign players and 6 foreign players, 6 foreign home-based players. You know, mixing together. We're all Nigerians, but in the sense that those athletes at home that give everything in the beginning to qualify should also be given opportunity. It's through the opportunity that they gave to me that I made it to Biola, that schools saw me. I mean, I had NCAA calling, but because of visa issue, I wasn't able to attend any of those schools. But at the same time, you know, for the athletes, I'm not taking it on them, but I say the MBBF should do better to recognize the home-based player. As much as we want to go out and win, we can also cultivate a culture of building from the start, because almost every athlete, be it in soccer, be it in track and field, majority of us started from home, and it wouldn't change anything.
All right. Final question before we let you go. Do you think the Basketball Federation is a problem?
Well, if you call it a problem, it's a problem because when the management is not really tapping all the corners of the organization, then something is wrong. You see people walk out, you see coaches putting their best. How do you give them that opportunity through these competitions that come? And definitely put up trainings for the coaches. You can get all those foreign coaches, I don't have a problem, because coaches are coaches. But then if somebody is already working from home, how do you give them the opportunity to be better? I mean, I don't know how to explain it better than to say, when a minister gets a job, he doesn't go to London to get somebody to be his PA. He recruits somebody from Nigeria. So why can't we emulate such culture? Yes, you want to build a winning team, but at the same time, build it the way it is. I played under Emmanuel Chago. The least we can have is like maybe 2 people coming from America because they're already in school here. Give those kids a chance. I'm a product of home base, and I would never look down on any home base player, because if given the opportunity that these kids that are coming from here have, we have everything it takes to be a better player. I did it, and somebody else it can be anybody's turn to do it too. So I think for me, no matter how we want to sugarcoat it, it's just for the management to go back to the drawing board and do the right thing.
All right, thank you so much, Linda Ogugua, for talking to us on Sports Zone. Real pleasure and an honor to have had you on the show. And we thank you once again for your services to country. Yeah, and hopefully somebody will remember that we are where we are today because of the sacrifices that people like you made, for this generation to benefit from. And we'll continue to make that call. Yes?
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
And we wish you
all of you. And
we wish you all the best.
I will say thank you for putting it out there for us to be able to express ourselves too.
All right, and we wish you all the best in all your other ventures. What we discussed, yeah. Wish you all the best going forward, yeah.
You.
All right, God bless you. Thank you so much for coming.
I will keep in touch.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Yeah. Interesting. I think, listening to BRF yesterday, I think one of the key things that he said was about governance. Governance is very, very important because you can't reinvent the wheel. I love the things I read in the Daily Times from 1971 about the formation of the National Sports Commission coming from the National Sports Council. I never knew that Major General Henry Adefope, I remember, very, very handsome gentleman, proper gentleman, was a cricketer in King's College. Didn't know he went to King's College, didn't know he played cricket, so you learn something every day. So we just need to, at times people say if you learn from the past, you improve. So that's what we need to do. There's nothing we do that is new. We just have to have the political will to ensure that we know what we are doing and we are ready to take sports as a multi-billion-dollar industry that it is.
Sometimes when I think about when you can tell, while the older athletes feel a lot of love for what the new athletes are going through, it just feels like, oh, why was I the one who had to build the foundation? Because many of them they may not even say their backstories. Like I remember there's a story of Kikaloma Ajayi, Super Falcons. Patience Avery said something recently. A lot of them are speaking because it would be good if they were recognized back then. And when we say recognition, it doesn't have to be money. We've always said this. Recognition by saying, okay, this is what we are giving you in terms of a handshake, a welcome party, a celebration, something.
But they got a handshake. I mean, Linda just said they went to see President Obasanjo.
They said they took some of the local players.
The home-based players. The other guys went back to
but that was their decision to go back,
we don't know.
Because the 2016 is a good example. The Ugu talks about the 2016 a lot of times. And if the government had just welcomed them and said, welcome. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for the sacrifice you've done for the nation. A hug, a handshake.
And to say how much, and I must admit, love him or loathe him, I really, really appreciate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for what he's done. Because it's 2 or 3 years ago, this same Tigers qualified to go for the World Cup. And a certain sports minister shut them down in an absolutely disgraceful decision. One of the worst in that sports history. So we've come a long way from then.
He had good reason to do what he did. He had good reason.
And Charles, let's agree to
He had good reason.
I think it was a disgrace, an absolute disgrace.
He had good reason.
One of the many.
If the team, based on what we had heard at the time, was true, and he was reacting based on what intelligence had brought on his table.
What is the opposite of intelligence? What he had was unintelligence. And he took a highly unintelligent decision.
What do you mean what he heard was unintelligence? He was protecting the country.
What country?
And that was his right as a minister.
Decision.
Your job as a minister is to protect your country.
And he's going to go down in history as one of the worst ministers.
But you know that subsequently, after that situation, we had the same problems emerge at the Olympics. Because he mentioned a few things that he was trying to prevent. But those things
based on whose fault? Was it the athlete's fault or poor governance?
Was it the minister's fault?
It's poor governance.
It wasn't the minister's fault.
Whatever. Was the minister fault for Philly's exclusion from the 100 meters? Minister wasn't at fault.
But that wasn't a planned, so-called planned protest.
So-called.
You use the word no matter. And that's what I'm saying. He was acting on intelligence, and his first priority is to prevent his country from shame.
And I'm saying,
no matter how you look at it, whether you agree or not.
On intelligence, there's a word called on intelligence, and that's the opposite of intelligence.
If somebody says somewhere now that they're planning to bomb somewhere, will you not act on it? If at the end of the day it's not true and it doesn't happen, But at least you would have done something.
You
be
proactive.
I want to support
what
I want to support because
is that the Tigresses were going to plant bombs.
I want to add.
That's not what I said. I said, grow up now. Grow up.
I want to add to what he add to what he said because yesterday, BRF said something, a similar situation like this. The Manchester United story, right?
Yes.
That they found a toolbox that they couldn't account for. My point is that they acted.
They stopped the stadium.
So they acted.
Yes.
It's an intelligence.
So the
intelligence they acted.
The Tigers were going to plant a bomb.
No.
In wherever they were going.
What's this guy they talk? What's they talk? Sometimes behave yourself now.
He said they were going to plant at the intelligence, going to plant a bomb.
That's not what he said.
Before we take.